Do you find you're having trouble holding onto your sticks? In this video, I'm going to explain why that may be happening and a simple solution to fix that. Hi, I'm Darryn Farrugia and welcome to The Working Drummer. Sometime in the 1990s, I began to see a difference in the way drumsticks looked and felt in my hand. And this was largely due to the way the drumsticks were being lacquered. Drumstick manufacturers started to change their lacquering process. Traditionally, drumsticks were dipped in a lacquer, allowed to dry, and then dipped again, sometimes up to 3 times, resulting in a drumstick that was very glossy. Then beyond that, the process had changed where the drumsticks were sprayed with a coat of lacquer and then put in a tumbler, which is kind of like a big barrel. And in that tumbler, there'd be, dozens of drumsticks along with a lot of beads of wood or chips of wood, let's say. And this process would polish and burnish, I guess that's a good word to use, the drumsticks, resulting in a very silky smooth finish. This silky smooth finish, doesn't really allow the drumstick to glue itself to your hand, and so what happens is that drumstick you can feel is really sliding around in your hand. I've had this issue with students where I'm trying to get them to play with a very relaxed, loose grip, but they're losing sticks. If you go to a drum shop and you look at the variety and models of sticks that are available, you'll notice the exact finish I'm talking about. There are only few models of stick available on the market that have this really high gloss finish. As you can see on this stick, there is it's actually quite glossy. You can see that gloss reflecting in the light. This actually gives me a lot more grip. It actually has a lot more drag. I don't have to hold that stick tight to feel, a great amount of security. I prefer to play with a looser grip. I don't like to hold the stick tight. I find that if I do that, I lose my touch, I lose a bit of finesse, I lose the control of my dynamics. So I like to go for a looser, softer grip. So I need a stick that's going to be quite tacky in my hand. There are some products out in the market that are designed to deal with this lack of grip. Some drumstick companies make sticks with a rubberized end or a rubberized grip, and there are also types of waxes that you can put on your sticks. There was also a company that made a product called Gorilla Snot, which was a paste or something that you would rub on your fingers. I actually used to have some, and you would rub it on your fingers and it would really glue the stick to your hand. A few years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting Mark Schulman, who plays drums for Pink. And I held a pair of his drumsticks and noticed that they actually felt quite waxy and very tacky. So I asked him about that, and he was using a type of surfboard wax. If you think about it, surfboard wax is designed to repel water and give your foot a little bit more grip on the surfboard. So surfboard wax is a really great alternative. However, a super cheap and readily available alternative is one of these things. This is a tea light candle. You can get these at supermarkets. These are super cheap. I remember a few years ago, IKEA had these in a bag of 100 for $1. So, this is a really great alternative. Very cheap, it's small, you can keep a couple of these in your stick bag. So basically, here's what you do. You take your tea light candle, you grab it by the wick, pull that out, and just rub this on your stick. It is really that simple. And what you will notice is it will increase the amount of drag or traction on the stick, so you don't have to hold the stick so tightly to feel that you've got a good secure grip on the stick. Personally, I prefer to use a stick with lots of lacquer on it, a glossy stick like this one. In the winter months, the skin on my hands gets really dry, and I find the combination of that and a stick that has no lacquer or no wax means that I find it very difficult to hang on to the stick. I notice that in order to compensate, I start to hold the stick a lot tighter, and therefore, that just results in a lack of control, and it just does not feel light for me. Also, I like to use a looser grip when I play, so I do need a stick that has a certain amount of tack in my hand. So anyway, that's a simple tip. The wax, keep a couple of those in your stick bag. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm interested to know what your thoughts are, and see you next time.